Hi guys, I'm Linda.
And I'm Vicky.
And we are Partners in Crime.
Okay guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on Lori Vallow.
We haven't heard from her for a while.
Right, and we're hearing about her.
About her, yeah.
From her.
We haven't heard from her at all, but
yeah, from her attorney, Mark Means. And he recently tweeted a very unorthodox tweet online. You very rarely do defending attorneys talk about their cases like this online. I don't know what his rationale was, but he tweeted he wants anybody who has more information about this case to come forward. And he's also said that he did not believe that Melanie Gibb and David, I forget.
Warwick. But he said Melanie Gibbs, so he didn't even get her name right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Were as innocent as they claim to be. And he said, the rats are running.
Yeah, well, it was a video of rats running.
Right.
So I will find that tweet and I'll post it to you with this video. And watching shows, because I was watching Court TV, and they were saying that they do believe that he is in over his head, that he's just grasping at straws here to do something like this.
Right. He also tweeted, and I don't know if it was in a separate tweet or the same tweet, that it was really difficult for him because he's fighting the state with all of their resources that he doesn't have.
Right, but he gets everything they get. He did say, though, that he just received it. I apologize. This is John Pryor, so I'm going off on the other issue the other news that we're going to follow. But yes, he was really complaining that he's kind of under the gun because he doesn't have the resources that they have to prepare a decent defense. And I heard another attorney, I think maybe it was Scott Reich on his show, saying, hire an investigator. That's what most defense attorneys do. Right. They hire an investigator to dig up information. If he can't do that, if he doesn't have the resources to do that, then he should turn it over to a public defender who might be able to do that. Right. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what he's trying to get at here, or maybe he is just over his head and he's looking for excuses. He's like trying to, or set it up for her to have an appeal. Yeah, to maybe say we couldn't get a good jury. Everybody's biased and
and he just by his own inability to do whatever he needs to do, she could claim she didn't have a decent defense attorney.
Correct. Yeah.
So that might be something he's trying to set up. Maybe he's not as stupid as we think he is. Yeah. But yeah. So. Time will tell. And just a quick update on Tammy. It's been a year already since she is dead. Yeah. October 19th was the date, and her family, her parents and her siblings, and I believe her children, have set up a foundation. It's called the Tammy Daybell Foundation. Do you know what the foundation is for?
Yes, it's for children because she was a librarian, she wants them to be able to I forget how they worded it, but just the written word. She wants children to be able to have access to books and that sort of thing. And, not necessarily be taught how to read, but to enjoy reading and to be given the opportunity to have that available to them. Because we're very fortunate in where we live. I don't know if and I'm sure there are places in this country where kids don't have access to books, so I think this is the kind of thing that they were hoping that they could put out there for her, so kids have access to be able to read. And it's a getaway. People love when you read. I don't read as much as some people. My daughter is an avid reader. She reads all the time. But I do know when you get into a good book, it takes you away. You can just feel yourself in another. You can read a book about a different era and just know you're there. You know what I mean? So if you read a good story, it really does help to take you away.
Right,
so.
And it's so important in learning. Mm-hmm. Books are really important for kids because it helps them with reading. Mm-hmm. It helps them with understanding and
the imagination.
And the imagination, correct.
It's something that kids don't have enough of nowadays. I think with all of the electronics and that sort of thing, I think being able to imagine things getting drawn into a book is...
And I know my grandsons, they're 11 and 9. Mm-hmm. Constantly on their screens.
Yeah.
And my daughter has to really argue with them to get off the screens and do something else. Read a book. That's what she says.
Go play outside.
Yeah. Go play outside. Mm-hmm. But so it's very important, and I'm glad they did that in her name.
Yes.
The other thing we wanted to bring, just one quick thought. We have never still heard anything about Tammy's autopsy.
We haven't. Nope. I'm sure they have everything they need from that.
They would have to by now. Mm-hmm. I just don't know what they're holding out on.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't exhume her body until the beginning of this year, I think.
I know she had been deceased for several months.
Yeah.
Before they
did the autopsy. But it's been over at least 3 or 4 months that they've done that.
And that was a problem with doing the autopsy and the toxicology. It was so long that she was buried that it was a little tricky finding the evidence or almost evidence, finding the cause is a better way of putting it.
But at this point, it's been long enough.
Yeah, and we haven't heard anything. Mm-hmm. The other bit of information relating to the Vallow Daybell case is Chad's lawyer, John Pryor, has requested a change in the date for the trial or the hearing to dismiss the charges against Chad Daybell. It was originally supposed to be held on October 29th, but he's pushed it till November 24th because he claims he just received the discovery information, the transcripts, and he needed more time to go through them.
He got them at October 14th?
Yeah, October 14th. So, another delay. Mm-hmm. However, I can't imagine, and I'm not a lawyer, but I can't imagine how they could possibly dismiss the charges. The kids were found buried in his backyard. Mm-hmm. What song and dance is he going to give?
I don't know.
To get those charges dismissed. So that's going to be very interesting. Mm-hmm. And the motion for joinder of the cases, Lori Vallow's case and Chad Daybell's case, is going to be reviewed. October 29th, is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that's when the hearing is, so that's this week.
Yeah, and Lori's attorney, Mark Means, is totally for it.
Yeah, it helps him out.
Right.
Doesn't have to do as much work.
Right, and he's riding on the coattails of John Pryor. John Pryor doesn't want it joined because he's feeling they'll bring up stuff about Lori that doesn't relate to to Chad.
Yeah,
and it'll taint the evidence against Chad. So,
and the visual of having this meek little woman next to this big husband, in stature, very much bigger than Lori, makes it look like he's the dominant figure. So that is another thing that I think Mark Means is banking on, and John Pryor knows better. No, we don't want them together.
Right. And Melanie Pulaski, somebody we haven't heard about in a while. She did have her new baby.
We don't know what it is. I haven't heard what she's had, but she has had, her and Ian have had a child. We knew that she was pregnant, so.
Right. And their custody case will be heard in mid-November.
Melanie and Brandon Boudreaux's, yes.
Right.
Because Brandon does have the children.
Right, he does. And Melanie Gibb is going to be a witness at their hearing.
Yeah. I wonder how that works. I don't, in everything that we've heard, everything we've watched, how would that, I think because Melanie, I think they did say one thing that Melanie Gibb knew about the shooting at Brandon, and she said that Melanie Pulaski also knew about it. I think that might be, I could be wrong, but I think that would be why Melanie Gibb would be part of that.
I don't know. I don't know if she's there to support Brandon or to support Melanie in the child custody case. I don't know.
We don't know. So we'll have to find out. Mid-November is when that's coming up.
And they're still investigating Charles Vallow's death and Lori's involvement.
Yeah, they did say 3 to 6 months. So we're getting close to that time frame.
We want to get her for something. Come on. And Justin Lum's tweet, I don't know about that.
Yeah, he was just saying that the Idaho rules of conduct, his tweet might be something that they look at because he is a lawyer, and the tweet kind of everyone's like, you don't do that as a defense attorney. So he's thinking that they might look into the rules of conduct for a defense attorney, and he does have subpoena powers, so that would help him if he wanted to get witnesses and that sort of thing. So why is he asking people come to him? He can subpoena witnesses. Why is he putting this tweet out there? It's not like he doesn't have any way of getting witnesses to come forward. He can.
And attorneys are very aware of the rules of conduct. They're very aware of the attorney-client relationship and the privileges, and that's why it's weird that he would do it. And I just don't understand his motives.
They're speculating too. I've heard, is he trying to get thrown off the case? Like, is he, he
could request to be withdrawn. He can withdraw his
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know what he's doing, why he's doing it. It seems very strange, but things are starting to progress. I know it's gotten to a point where nothing's happening. We are starting to see new things happen. Coming up in late October and November.
So interested in hearing how the hearing for joinder is going to go.
Yeah. That's going to be a big one. So we'll let you know once we find out, but we wanted to give you a little update there because we haven't talked about good old Lori and Chad for a while.
Right.
It's so funny because we do have videos. We have some guests that are going to be on a couple of videos that we've shot, and we were talking to them. They like the true crime stuff as well, and it was so funny. We talked about Lori Vallow, and they have no idea. We were saying before how people just don't know about this, but we had two people here that knew nothing about it. They don't know
anything about it, and they're going to go watch our videos.
Yes, yeah.
To see what they could learn about it. But
so let other people know that like this kind of true crime stuff, they might not even know about it. Tell them to view our videos so they can take a look at it. And
right.
To me, this is, and I think that's why everybody is drawn to this case, because it's just so crazy. And I think it's got everything. It's got religion, it's got sex, it's got, what else? Money.
Yeah.
It's got everything in it. And it's just so heartbreaking, especially for, to me, any death is not acceptable when it's not natural, but for two kids, it's at the hands of their mother. Yes, we're saying the hands of their mother. We don't know that for sure, but I think we could honestly say that her actions and the things that brought this, what am I trying to say? The events that brought this about, she has to take some responsibility for it. I think we all would put some responsibility on her shoulders for it. So she might not physically have done anything to them,
but she knew about it from all her lies in the beginning.
Yeah.
And that one expression, she said, "Oh yes, they're safe and they're happy." Yeah. And I think that has to do, well, it was mostly about JJ, but I think because of her crazy beliefs,
right,
and them being zombies, that they were now safe because they no longer were,
right,
and they're happy because of that. So
they're with Jesus now.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. So.
Yeah, but so I was very surprised when I mentioned this case and they didn't know anything about it.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah, plenty of people out there that really don't know about it, so bring them over, send them to our channel so they can take a look at what we've put out there, and
just share it, share the videos. And you can share it on whatever platforms you're involved with, whether it be Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. What else is there?
Reddit. Yeah.
And we would really appreciate that.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's all we have for now. So subscribe, click on the bell, thumbs up. Give us your comments. Let us know what you want to see. And I guess that's it.
I think that's it.
All right. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.